That's a 44 375. We're not hitting that ball anymore.
Yeah. When you hit it square, or you
Yeah.
squared up pretty good,
That ball,
that ball didn't get very high, and he got out there.
Is this one? I don't think this is one. No, it's not.
Which one
Try
is
that one right there. Is that one?
Let me see it.
44 375. Ghost MaXx. That ball we just hit. Yeah, it's no 44 375. Minimum compression. That ball, look how far that ball went that he just hit. This outperforms any 44 375 I've ever hit. I'm actually going to take these out of the bag and not hit them anymore. Dude, that ball shook. All right, guys, we were asked through a lot of the guys out there to do reviews on softballs, and we started doing it this year. The first ball that I got from Short Porch after I put that video out last month about I'm going to start doing softballs. So they sent me some 44 375 Ghost MaXx. These are them right here, and you can see it's a 44 375 ball, but you can see where it says minimum compression on the ball. So we got them, and I put some of them in the bag, about 3 dozen of them in the bag, and I was just going to pitch them to the guys, and I was going to pitch them because as a pitcher for 30 plus years and doing this for 12 years, I can get a good idea of what's a good ball, what's a good bat, just by the way, the velocity of the ball that comes off the bat, and I can see the way it carries. This ball that Mark hit, he didn't cut it. He actually squared it up a little bit. It might have had a little bit of rotation on it going backwards, but that ball got out quick and it shook in the air. And I pitched him some more before this, and I was just trying to get a feel. He didn't really know too much of what I was pitching, like I don't tell the guys, but I want to get a feel on how they performed. And later on, I don't have the video, but later on I hit about 3 or 4 of them, and it's not your true 44 375. It's a high performing ball, top tier ball. What I do in my reviews, and that's the reason I said I'm gonna take them out of my bag, was what I do in my reviews, I try to get a group of balls that are average for the seniors when they go and like they're hitting this bat in a tournament throughout the United States. So I'll pick up some top tier, I'll put them in my bag, and then I'll kind of compare them. I've been doing this for 13 years, 14 years now. And I would kind of compare them, and that's how come I wanted to get into the ball review business. That way we've been doing this for a long time, and I can tell what's a top tier ball and what's going over. I always thought for the last 3-4 years that the Rock was really not a true 44 375, the one we hit in Vegas. So it was always red flags every time we hit that. And I had a few in my bag, and yes, they did outperform any ball that was out there. That is my top ball, for the last, 3-4 years. But what I wanted to get into is kind of get a good judge of the top tier balls out there without going up and over. This one that we were hitting, the Ghost MaXx 44 375, that's it right there. That's the side of it. Give you guys a good look at it right there. And then that's the compression, but you see where it says minimum compression is 44 375. I think it's a lot higher than that. You can tell whenever I said, no, we're not going to do this. And I said, we're going to take them out of my bag. I'm still going to have them, and we're still going to hit them. But just to give a quick review, a quick, look at this ball, and what I want to do is at the beginning of these videos right here on these balls, I want to talk about them on the performance right out of the wrapper, which we took this one right out of the wrapper, and then talk about longevity. I'm going to keep them in my bag separate from my balls that I do my reviews on, because I do that to try to get a honest review on a bat on how it performs. If I throw these balls in there, it's not going to really be an honest review. I can't narrow it down to what is a top tier bat, because with this ball, every bat is a top tier bat. That's just my opinion. I try to hit not the top 2, maybe number 3 or number 4 in the ball, which is it's the Thunder Advance. This is a blue stitch Thunder Advance, and actually this is the new one they came out with. It's the senior It's the seniors only. This is a 44-375. We're going to do a review on this one too. But I say I was told that they are comparable to the ones that we hit. I've got a lot of these in the bag, and that's what I do my reviews on. I try to get as close to that ball, and then I'll put those in my bag. We're going to do this one later, and this is the beginning video on this one. Ghost MaXx. And now, talked about the performance. This ball has very, very good performance. I would say as good as the Rock, maybe a little bit better than a Rock. This one right here, now I'll put them in a separate bag, put them on the side, and see what kind of longevity we get out of this ball. And I'll hit it through the year and probably around 6 months into it, because these reviews on these balls are going to take a while to tell you guys, what kind of life we're going to get out of these balls. Are they going to shrink up on us because maybe they get hit in some dew, or you're just going to lose performance after a while. Heat too, that's another thing. I want to hit these in the heat to let you guys, because those Thunder Advance that we were hitting in my bag can hold the heat pretty good. They don't lose that much compression, maybe a little bit, but that much compression in the heat. We've hit, in 95-degree weather, 92-degree weather here in San Antonio. We don't try to hit in 100 because we can't handle it, but we try to hit in, 90-degree weather, and the Thunder Advance hold up pretty good. I want to see how these hold up in heat. They don't lose that much compression. That's another thing you guys were asking me. But this is just the start. You can see, kind of try to run our videos just like this one. Talk about the ball a little bit. What is it compared to? Maybe a little higher than the Rock that came out, that we used to hit in Vegas. You guys remember those? Those were very hot. The cover, the spongy cover that the Rock, the MiC cover or whatever that was. This one's doesn't have that cover on it. It's actually pretty hard. But this is how we're going to work it. I'll put it in my bag, put it in a separate bag. We're going to keep hitting them throughout the year separately, kind of get, see what kind of distance, any better distance than that we're hitting on this one right here too. And then we're going to hit this one here. This is a 44-400 right here. We've got some of these balls coming in that are the new USSSA senior ball, I think is what it is. And we're going to hit those. This is the 52-300. We have some of these in our bag. So this is another one too, the 52-300s. I like these balls. They're a little lighter than this. And another thing too, at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you how, we're going to weigh all of our balls too, in grams. Kind of let you guys know what the weight on these balls, because I think that has a lot to do with hitting against the wind. It's got a lot to do with the performance, because I think a little bit heavier ball gets a little bit better performance, especially it gets that better flex out of that barrel, that bat that you're swinging. So when we do our reviews on our balls, this is basically how we're going to do it. We're going to tell you the performance of the ball, how much they weigh compared to all the other balls, and I might have a chart. Matter of fact, I will put a chart up on my website where I'll have all the ball weights of all the senior balls out there, and probably later on rate them when I get enough in. We're going to get the Onyx ball that's coming in too, that we're going to rate that one too. And I kind of put them up on a chart on Senior Softball Bat Reviews website, which is www.seniorsoftballbatreviews.com. I'll have a certain page. I took a lot of stuff off there. If you guys have been by there, you notice that I took a lot of stuff down, and I'm going to change everything up like I talked about in my last update video. We're going to change a lot of things up. I'm going to do a ball review kind of page on there. We'll talk about the weight of the ball, talk about the performance of the ball. Thanks, guys.